One, I'm wishing you the best in your divorce proceedings. Like I know that shit is not easy, but you gonna get through it. You got this. There are a lot of similar comments people from other people saying the same thing. Like they got married, they got engaged during a Venus retrograde, and it did not work out. And astrologically, that does make sense. Now, I'm gonna preface this by saying just because you get into a relationship during a Venus retrograde does not mean that the relationship is not gonna last. Like you can have a long lasting relationship that begins during a Venus retrograde, but it's not necessarily ideal to do so because when a planet is retrograde, the themes that are associated with that planet can tend to be a little bit chaotic. So being that Venus is the planet of love and relationships, when you do love types of things during a Venus retrograde, you may not get the ideal result. It may not turn out the way that you thought it was going to or that you wanted to turn out. And the whole process of whatever it is could just be a little bit chaotic in general. So yeah, people advise like during a Venus retrograde, it's not the best time to get into a relationship. It's not the best time to do a lot of extreme things with your money. It's not necessarily the time to go all crazy and have a lot of fun and do a lot of like crazy excess Venus things because again, when a planet is retrograde, it's a time to rethink. It's a time to rework. It's a time to strategize. It's a time to plan. The energy that's associated with that planet works more inwardly than outwardly. And then a lot of times when those transits are over, it's like, what the fuck did I do? I didn't even want to do this. I didn't even really like this. I wasn't even thinking for real. Like that is Venus retrograde. That's any planet retrograde energy, to be honest, but especially Venus because Venus touches such sensitive objects like love and money. So yeah, y'all, we have this upcoming Venus retrograde that will be starting in Aries and it will be retrograding back into Pisces. And the retrograde is from March 1st to April 12th. And then we're also starting to feel the effects of it now. Today is January 23rd and the retrograde begins on the 28th. I mean, the retrograde shadow begins on the 28th. So start getting ready for it. But yeah, don't get married. Don't get into a relationship. Don't get engaged during this Venus retrograde because it may not necessarily be the best idea. Follow me for more astrology content. Click my page to book a reading. And yeah, moon ruled mommy.